Let's go ahead and start with our pre-show, I guess. What's up, Cart? What's up, Dodge? I don't know if y'all. I'm just gonna let y'all know we are live on 3 different platforms tonight. We're live on TikTok, we're live on YouTube, and we're live on Twitch. 3 platforms. We're live on all 3. So we're just gonna do a little pre little thing here before the whole podcast starts. How's everyone's day been so far? Oh God, dang.
Oh, you did the stream?
Oh yeah, we're doing a pre-show. Do you want to hear what we're streaming on Twitch, TikTok, and YouTube? All 3.
Promote your Discord.
Hmm.
Make sure
Oh,
you
yeah.
promote the Discord.
Oh, yeah, if you want to join the Discord, Discord, and Twitch chat.
And look at announcements.
And yeah, and look at the announcements. Hey, works. Oh, it says we're playing WWE 2K. I can't change what game I'm playing on the Twitch one. Oh, I can. Oh. Okay, buddy. Yeah, it says we got 2 on Twitch, we got 1 on TikTok, and we got 0 on YouTube. But hey, I'm glad we can stream on. I'm glad we can stream on the whole stream, just for all 3 or just pod. Just the pod. Just the pod is gonna be on the YouTube and TikTok, and our reactions for the races will be on all 3. But like any of just like the gaming stuff, all that stuff, no, that's all gonna be on. Has it got a restream thing in the top corner? Because I now notice that and I don't like it.
No.
On Twitch?
Mm-mm.
We've got about 8 minutes left on the old start of this. If you see if you on Twitch. We've got about 8 minutes left. Damn. I was about to say, damn, that shit put that shit to 360 is crazy. Yeah, we're live on 3 different platforms tonight, chat. Big W's. So, chat, did y'all have a good weekend besides normally this is where we would talk about the Icy Racing League, but we had an off week last week.
Did we start?
No, we're just pre-showing right now. Pre-pod.
Oh man.
Pre-pod discussions.
Sorry, I'm laying in bed right now. I'm kind of just chilling.
The thing's so fucking OP.
Oh, what's crazy is they can't even hear me on TikTok. Alright, that fixed
You
that
doing
shit.
you doing a TikTok?
Bro, we are live on TikTok, YouTube, and Twitch right now. We're live on 3 different platforms.
Oh my god, how did you get that to work?
I'm using Restream for Twitch and YouTube, and then TikTok Live for TikTok Live.
Well, that's great.
I have to pre-order the Chase Elliott Darlington throwback. No, I'm kidding. I would not.
I know you're not.
Man, that hurts my feelings, bro.
They
Come
gave
on,
you the
get with the show. What you mean, get with the show?
butthole surfer for a throwback.
Oh, bro. I was hoping it was going to be a Willie B, bro. I was like, hell yeah. Please be a Willie B. Nah, bro.
The wind is making noises tonight.
I'm not gonna lie though, we got a lot to talk about. Bristol was a wild one this week.
Bristol was a wild one.
Damn.
So wild that it could be the focus of Flowrida's song "Wild Ones."
Hey, I heard you were a wild one. You can stream on it. I could stream. I could add Instagram Live, Instagram Live, Twitter Live, and Facebook Live. We ain't doing all that bullshit. Hell no.
Sounds like a block of neon light. I don't know.
Oh. I had chat. My tooth exploded last night. If you wasn't here last time, my tooth exploded. That's kind of cool.
Why are you hooking up explosives to your teeth?
I just bit into a chicken nugget and it was already like bad. It already had like a hole in it and it just finally broke. And now I got like a chunk of tooth that's super loose.
I'm praying for you, dog.
So all day today I've just been fingering the tooth. Pause. Oh damn. My phone needs an update. It's crazy.
Oh my fucking god! Why you gotta say it like that, brother?
What? My phone got an
Why you gotta
update?
say it like that?
What I said? I said my phone got an update.
No, you said I'm fingering my tooth. Why you gotta say it like that?
Bro, because I was fingering it last night and today. I was a dinner trip. I didn't go. I've been fingering it all day.
You're not helping yourself in this situation, my man.
Hey, you ain't a real one unless you finger your tooth.
I'm too stoned for this right now.
Really, that's a God damn it.
Those sheets had Roni rolls. That've been great.
Roni rolls. I want Roni roll.
I used to.
Ugh. The only one I know is Rutter's.
I've never had a reverse room.
I thought I gave you a bite the one day that.
My man Eric that. My man Eric
Huh?
has been eating them things.
I never gave you a bite of that, John.
It's about time we had a song to raise them up and make some noise.
I didn't know until the one day you were like going on the whole.
For a fucking
I have a video of you glazing over Roni rolls.
I've been singing about dirt roads and small towns, all about my first love and how she let me down.
Such to make
My
some too
last
much never made
heartbreak and the one that got away from me.
You know what's awful?
What?
They don't have trial size, or not trial size, but like travel size packs of tampons. Totally random. I had to spend $6 on a box of them today. Because they don't have fucking small stuff. It's fucking bullshit.
I don't know.
Pink pack.
You know,
Shit.
And I have $1 in my bank account.
you know what's crazy? This could be Rosie's first appearance on the pod.
Oh, probably should be talking about tampons then. Sorry,
No,
bro.
no.
Who gives a shit?
It's the Boys Racing podcast. This is stuff we need to know because we don't know about these things.
How expensive tampons are? Well, bro, let me tell you, they are expensive.
I don't go them at all.
Fuck, man. Do you think I could barter with somebody at Rutter's to give me a pepperoni roll for $1?
Please give me a pepperoni roll for $1.
I'm fucking about to do the go get you sucker scene where he's just like, can I have one rib? You got change. Well, actually, he had a fucking roll of hundreds in his pocket, and I don't have that, so never mind.
Spare.
I'll
How
gladly
about a cup
pay
of soda?
you Tuesday for a pepperoni roll today.
Extra roll. I'll give you an IOU.
Oh,
I'll write it on a piece of paper. You call me.
Rudders isn't on DoorDash.
Get it.
Why isn't it? Every other retail thing's on DoorDash. The fuck? That's why DoorDash got out of NASCAR, bro. They're
How the
fucking
fuck the
bankrupt.
sheets? How the fuck the sheets?
Because they have a monopoly.
Bro, I used to
Monopoly.
DoorDash so much. I used to DoorDash so much when I were part of NASCAR. I DoorDash yesterday, and I thought DoorDash was supposed to remove the receipts from people's bags so you wouldn't see like how much like you got overpaid. Legitimately, I got a Wendy's Baconator yesterday. Paid $12 at Wendy's. It's $12.64 for the combo. I paid $22.39. I paid $10 overcharge.
For a fucking burger. Goddamn.
I was so pissed. I'm like, damn, you could at least took that bitch off so I wouldn't feel so damn bad. Damn.
They told you to go fuck yourself. That's what happened.
Pretty
Take that bacon
much.
down the fair.
I'm stopping using DoorDash. They got it on NASCAR. I'm not using their sponsorship anymore. And they damn ass never said who won their damn DoorDash fucking Super Bowl fucking ad thing that 900 million people had to type in. I'm still pissed about that.
I didn't even know about that. I forgot about that, honestly.
I did
I was
too, and I never got an email, and I don't think anybody did, and it pissed me off. I mean,
Wow.
inflation
It
is
was just a
crazy.
big old joke.
Inflation is crazy. Well, you
Don't
know what
Google
else?
Sonic inflation.
You know what else was crazy, Chad? The tire wear at Bristol this week.
Very crazy.
True.
For the first time in probably 15 years, maybe. Yeah, probably 15. If we had a Goodyear, as Goodyear says, was a failure of the tires. I don't think it was a failure. I enjoyed the fuck out of that race. I did try to do some research. I couldn't find anything. But Actions Detrimental had a whole like debate on the tire. Apparently, Denny Hamlin says concrete tracks, it takes up the track temperature has to be 75 degrees or higher before rubber starts laying on the track, and the track temperature at Bristol this week was not that high. So that's why we saw the tires fucking fall apart instead of lay rubber. So he said we could see the same thing at Martinsville if they bring these tires back. But he also was talking about how Logano and Blaney were really the only two guys that he knew that went to the old set from the fall race at Bristol. And I don't know if their tires corded or not. I couldn't find anything if their tires corded. But they were the slowest cars when they put on those tires. Does anybody disagree with that statement?
I do not.
No.
They were very slow.
Blaney legitimately went from 5th to like 2 laps down in like 12 laps.
Yeah, he dropped like a fucking rock.
That happened to Joey too. I remember that.
And it's because they put on the extra set for. They said that was a fall race, which Diddy said they were the same tire code, but he feels like they were something a little different with the tires. But they just they were
Even
really slow.
even if they were the same, those tires are a year old. They probably crystallized in the compound, and that would pretty much kill a tire. It'd be useless at that point.
I mean, shit was wild. But we had a phenomenal Bristol race. It reminded me of an old '90s, 2000s Bristol race. Everybody on the bottom, tires wearing out, or they didn't wear out. They just died. They didn't blow out either, which I think is a saving grace for Goodyear. I think the only one that had a tire blowout was Kyle Busch on the rear.
No, there was a lot of blowouts.
Was there?
Yeah, but not a lot of spins. I know. I think Hocevar definitely had a blowout. I think he had two on the same side.
We're gonna talk about him because there's some beef around that man.
Yeah, Blaney had a blowout.
I know Kyle Busch did, and
There's a couple other guys.
Kyle Busch looped his when his blew out.
I know some guys were still driving on blown out tires.
I guess we'll talk about the Hocevar since you brought it up. Door Bumper Clear, another podcast, legitimately roasted Hocevar because they said for 3 laps during the big green flag run we had, apparently he put it in a wall and it just stopped in the middle of the racetrack. It was rolling around at 35 miles an hour trying to draw a caution. To the point where NASCAR legitimately told him to get off the track. And so I guess our Carson Hocevar is not a fan favorite of.
I won't lie. I'd do the same exact shit as Hocevar did.
Yeah.
I got a double blowout. I'm screwed out of this race. Why not?
Alright, boys. Can somebody take over real quick? I got an issue that might have to be muted real quick. Talk about the truck race. Luis, take over, please.
Yeah, sorry,
I don't really remember the truck race.
I didn't even get to watch the truck race.
Damn.
What the hell was I doing Saturday? No. Saturday, I don't even remember what I was doing. Oh, that's right. I had a migraine, so I couldn't really watch the truck race.
Let's see. Who won the truck race? Because I don't remember that either.
It was Christian Eckes, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, yeah, it was. I guess while Corey's doing that, I'll go ahead and talk about IMSA.
What happened in the world of IMSA? Was it the 12 hours of Sebring this past weekend?
Yes, sir, and it was a banger.
Let's talk about it. Give us the rundown.
It's kind of a boring first half of the race, typical endurance race. There were passes for the lead, passes, but mostly people just kind of taking it easy in the first 6 or so hours. And then it all kicked off when the leading Cadillac, the 31 Action Express, got into. I'm not sure if he got into or if the Ferrari GT car got into him, but they made contact and Pipo Derani hit the wall, like destroyed it.
Oh, destroyed it. I think I saw the car flip.
Yeah, tires were everywhere. He was okay, but he hit it so hard it bounced the car up in the air and he landed upside down on the tire wall.
Jesus, that I did watch the wreck a couple days ago. That was kind of nasty, a little bit.
Yeah, that's when it kicked off because The Porsches were fast. The Acuras were fast. We still had one Cadillac left in the race. BMW, we were in shambles, but we were okay towards the end. We just
How
got
did
caught out on.
Multimatic do?
That's the Ford team, right? The Mustangs.
Yeah, the new Mustangs.
Yeah, they didn't do too well.
Oh boy, that is
More
not
kind of
looking good.
struggles. They in turn one, it's super fast right-hander, and you kind of dip off into the grass a little bit there if you run wide. One of the Mustangs got on that curbing and broke their diffuser in half.
What
It
the hell is
split it,
making their
and then
parts out of fucking fake glass? What is it? Paper mache?
papier-mâché. I don't know,
No,
but
I was thinking about SpongeBob, where it's like glass skin and paper bones, or
oh yeah,
paper. Yeah.
but they ran wide, got on the curb, bottomed out, and it split the diffuser, and both pieces ended up on track. And then I guess in doing that, it also popped the trunk up like it did at Daytona.
Oh, of course it did.
So they still haven't got that issue figured out. I wonder if it's not catching air somewhere and it just lifts that up with how much downforce they're putting on the rear wing. But yeah, it was a great race. They had a bunch of lead changes. Porsche took the lead, Cadillac took the lead, Acura took the lead, BMW had the lead, and then the number 10 Acura, the blue one for Wayne Taylor Andretti, it was chasing down the 25 BMW, and then it had some kind of oil issue in the left-hand corners. You'd see it start smoking oil bad. So they had to pit. I think they went a lap down fixing the car, replacing a part. And that was kind of the end of their race.
Oh shit.
And then we got to the end where it was the 01 Cadillac running the special gold Mobile One 50th anniversary, I think.
Oh
Special
yeah,
livery.
it is their 50th anniversary this year.
But yeah, they had ran that pretty cool looking gold scheme, and it was Sebastian Bourdais versus Louis Delatraz. And Delatraz kept trying. Something would happen, and they'd throw a full course caution. So then they'd stack back up. Bourdais would pull off on the restarts. Delatraz would catch him. Another yellow flag. And eventually, Delatraz finally got to the back of him in traffic and put on a pretty good move. Exactly the same kind of move I would do. And once he did that, he pulled a little bit of a gap and just about won the race. It was still pretty close between them.
Yeah.
It was like 5 minutes to go. He made the pass for the lead. Which for the GT class, they were pretty close for the GT Pro. I think there was maybe half second gap or something. I could be wrong. But there was a lot of drama in that class too.
Drama as to what had happened.
Some of the guys not being happy with the stewarding or the way that they're being raced.
Yeah.
Which I know. I know the number 3 Corvette was not happy with the AO Racing, the Rexy, the dinosaur Porsche. He wasn't happy with him because he got taken out maybe 15, 20 minutes away. But it was hard racing. They both made contact with each other.
Was it 15, 20 minutes out from the finish?
Yeah, it was pretty close, right around there.
Oh yeah, that sucks.
And then Catherine Legg, she was driving. I don't know if she was driving it, but it was her NSX, the team that she drives for.
Yeah.
They had gotten murdered by one of the top class Porsches.
Speaking of Catherine, like I did read she's supposed to be inducted into the Long Beach. I believe that's like a motorsport Hall of Fame for Long Beach, along with Takuma Sato.
Hey, my boy Takuma Sato.
That's supposed to be
yeah,
happening, I believe, Long Beach weekend. I think one of our guys are gonna be there. I think Luis is gonna be there.
I think so. That'll be cool. But yeah, LMP2. It was a pretty close fight. A lot of the guys had issues. There were a couple spins from, I think, almost each team. That Sean Creech team, the guys being the only people running that Ligier chassis, they managed to get a podium.
Oh, that's amazing.
It was really surprising considering what they were like at Daytona. But
Yeah, that's really surprising. But that's great. That's a great result for
yeah,
them.
yeah, it's really cool. It's interesting to see the Ligier. I know for Daytona they had said that they found it in a barn in Europe or something because the Oreca was just so good no one really ran Ligier anymore. But the finish for the LMP2, the main guy that I'm talking about, Connor Zilich, he's filling in one of the junior cars, the 88 for Watkins Glen.
Oh yeah, he's supposed to be making a couple starts besides Watkins Glen.
Kansas.
He is there. Yes, the
Phoenix.
Trackhouse. One of the younger drivers, but he is a development driver for Trackhouse.
Yeah. He's pretty goated though. He's 17 and he's won Daytona this year and Sebring this year.
That kid is crazy. I think if NASCAR doesn't work out, I think he'll have a pretty good career racing IMSA.
Yeah, for sure.
IMSA is definitely his calling if NASCAR doesn't work out.
Yeah, I saw when they first announced that he was going to be racing for Junior Motorsports for the Watkins Glen and the other races. People were talking about how they don't know who he is and why would Junior sign someone that nobody knows.
That's funny.
Yeah,
Nobody
funny
knew.
considering he's 17 and he's got 2 crown jewels.
Like I said, there's drivers that no one knew that signed to Junior Motorsports that everyone ended up knowing.
Yeah. I guess because he's not a short track guy, they're not happy.
Figures.
But yeah, I bet he'll be one to watch at Watkins Glen for sure. Now he might even win it.
Oh, that's gonna be a. I feel like this year's Watkins Glen is probably gonna be a generational classic.
Oh yeah.
We got a lot of road ringers.
Imagine if it rains too.
Oh, it's really then it's definitely gonna be a classic for the ages. I think this is. I would hope it rains, but I mean I doubt it. But I would hope it does rain.
Yeah, that's all my notes for IMSA, but something funny that we didn't get to talk about last week. People were talking about Max Verstappen, not because he won, but because on the race weekend he was on iRacing at 3, 4 in the morning.
And what was he doing at 3, 4 in the morning on iRacing?
He was live streaming with his esports team.
Oh.
The Team Redline, they're always They do streams together, whether it's FIFA or iRacing or other stuff. But he was up till 3, 4 in the morning playing iRacing with them on the new, messing with the new rain.
Oh yeah, the new rain feature just came out recently. I watched a few videos here and there, but the one that really caught my eye today was Moonhead's race at Talladega with the 80s race cars, but they did it in the rain.
Really?
Their main event, yes, was in the rain at Talladega. There was a video of God, I can't remember his name now. Drives the 30. He's gonna be a Wayland Euro driver. Damn it. I have the face, but I can't say the name.
I wouldn't know. I'm blinking too.
He drove for JD at one point. Oh, Ryan Vargas. Oh God.
Oh yeah.
I had to take a second. Ryan Vargas, he was the one that raced at that very race and actually showed his point of view from when he got wrecked in the rain. His car had hit standing water. It just triggered a wreck, which I'm surprised he was the only one that wrecked besides another car running into him.
Yeah, I imagine that race went about as bad as I figure it did.
I'd have to go back and watch it because there's some the moon car races are actually pretty great. They're fun to watch.
I take it was probably a lot of wrecks in the rain.
I'd probably say so. I didn't get to see the full thing yet.
Oh. Yeah, another thing about F1 that we missed was Oliver Behrman. He's a F2 driver right now for Prema. And because Sainz had to get his appendix taken out, I think. Same thing as Albon 2 years ago or last year.
Was it Carlos Sainz?
Yeah, Sainz was out for Jeddah. He
Yes.
did the first two practice sessions, but he looked pretty awful. And then he went to go get surgery to get his appendix taken out.
Yeah, for filling, that was a pretty impressive run for him.
Yeah, he got a 7th, I think.
Yeah,
I think
P7.
I think he beat Lewis too, and maybe Lando Norris. So that was pretty good. First race in.
Oh yeah.
But it's funny that it was him who filled in, because originally it was going to be Lewis, who would be the first British driver to race for Ferrari since Nigel Mansell. But because Oliver Behrman's British, he's the first driver the first Brit since Mansell. He was also the youngest driver to ever drive for Ferrari.
That's a crazy stat to think about.
Yeah. But he is pretty much the real deal. Despite how slow Prim has been at kind of getting off this year for F2, last year he was pretty worldly. He did the double at 17, 16, something like that. He won the feature race and the sprint race. Which,
Oh
if you
my.
win the sprint race, you get reversed grid to the back, or at least the back of the top 10. I think that's all the notes that I have for everything else. Oh wait, F1 Academy for Jeddah. We missed that. Talk of the class was Dorian Pan. She pretty much dominated the whole weekend. Pole won race 1 and then won race 2, but she didn't see the checkered flag being waved at the end of race 2. So she did another lap at full race speed, set the fastest lap again, I think, or at the very least went purple. Best times of the race in sector 1 and 2.
I'm pretty sure she got like penalized to like a time penalty and reduced her back. I think it sent her back to P3 or 4.
It put her back to 9th, I think. It was a 20-second penalty.
Oh god, yeah, holy shit.
Yeah, I think the penalty is a little rough.
It's too much. It's way too much.
Because they've shown in the past when someone did that, I think in F2, they didn't get a penalty for that race. They got, I think, a grid place penalty for the next race, which I think would have been a little bit more fair of a penalty.
Yeah, grid penalty in that sense I would fine, but like that time penalty is ridiculous.
Yeah, taking away a dominant win because they didn't know, a little rough. But I can see it from a safety standpoint.
Yeah, but you know, FIA got a FIA, right?
Pretty much. Do you have any notes, Eric?
I did not get to take any notes. I should definitely work on that for next time.
Let's see.
I know
we could talk about St. Pete for Indy.
Oh, that's right, St. Pete. Man, Newgarden dominated the shit out of the field on that one.
Yes, sir. You gotta love it.
I see. I believe the next race on the schedule is the Thermal Challenge.
Yep. That's this weekend.
That is right. The Thermal Club. That's right. The Thermal Club. The $1 Million Challenge.
Yeah, the $1 Million Challenge, where the winner doesn't get $1 million. I saw the prize winnings on some post. I think I want to say it's like 500,000 to win.
So wait, it's not even $1 million?
No, total prize is 1.5 million, and it's split amongst, I don't know if it's the field or the top 10.
That doesn't make any sense.
Not really, no.
What in God's name are they calling this $1 Million Challenge? What the fuck?
Yeah, 1.756 million total purse. First position gets 500,000. Second, 350,000. Third, 250,000.
All right.
Fourth, 100,000.
I'm back. I don't know what we're talking about.
Thermal Club Challenge.
Oh, well, boys, I'm just gonna let y'all know, podcast exclusive here. The Boiiis knows. I don't know if he told y'all. Motherfucker, why I had to mute was a fucking possums in my house. Motherfucker come running over here at my ass.
What the hell?
Where was Bert?
Bert was over here in the corner and he was like growling at it and it wasn't even doing anything. So I let Bert outside and then grabbed some gloves and grabbed him behind the neck and it just like, and I just threw it outside.
You got rabies now?
No. I'm not gonna lie, it was cute. I should have kept him. Should have called him Octavius.
Did you wash your hands?
Yes.
Octavius.
Yeah, my God. Please
Well,
wash your hands.
I did. Motherfucker looked like an Octavius. I was like, damn. He was kind of cute though. I wanted to pet him, but I'm not petting that thing raw-handed.
Good timing. We were running out of things to talk about.
You got possums in
Yeah.
your house? Get your house checked, bro. No, it's because I live in the woods and my cats have fucked up my ductwork in my house because they go down it. And I guess old boy saw one of the cats do it and said, "Oh, yeah, I guess it's my turn to go up there." And boy, he had him a fun experience.
You gotta tell everybody.
He was like, "I was in a
Yeah.
human house. A dog almost ate me. Shit was crazy."
You got named Octavius.
Got named Octavius. Some fat guy tried to close me up in a corner. Crazy. Lord Farquaad was there. All right,
He
what,
hit you
yeah,
with E.
back to finishing the thermal club a little bit. The whole field is getting paid. First, 500,000. Second, 350,000. Third, 250,000. Fourth, 100,000. Fifth, 50,000. And sixth and backed 27th is 23,000.
Holy shit.
so that's for the IndyCar Thermal Club race?
Yes, the $1 million challenge that the winner doesn't get $1 million for.
Hmm.
To which I was like, that doesn't make any sense. Why would you call it that?
Inflation.
But yeah,
Maybe.
we talked about
We
IMSA, F1 Academy, and
Mhm.
F1. We didn't talk about trucks because me and Eric don't remember trucks. Or Eric
I
didn't
think-
watch it. I don't remember.
The only thing I remember was Kyle Busch complained about lap traffic, but that was it. Christian Eckes won.
Yeah, we got that.
And Eckes wins his first truck race. I'm not gonna lie. I think Christian Eckes is on a path of whether he'll go to Xfinity, but I don't know if he's gonna move up from Xfinity to Cup. I still see Cup in him.
He could probably be an Xfinity lifer.
He's been in the trucks a while. But I don't think he wants to be a truck lifer. But Xfinity, I can see. But
Be
yeah,
Justin Allgaier.
Yeah, he could be the next Allgaier. Allgaier's got to go somewhere soon. He got to retire.
He can be like Morgan Shepherd.
Can we talk about how Ty Gibbs sold theirs? Okay, yeah, we'll talk about that because I do want to bring that up. Ty Gibbs and lap traffic is a nightmare scenario for that man. Let a red chat for a second. He had the same issue at the Clash. Bro, he had a 6-second lead Clash. Well, not 6 seconds. It was like 3 seconds. And he would get in lap traffic and would not move them. And I don't know if it's the whole everybody shitting on him for wrecking his teammate at Martinsville scenario, but the old Ty Gibbs would have knocked the motherfucker out the way. This Ty Gibbs is tame, and he was just riding behind guys too long, and he let him catch up.
I'm starting to think sorry. I think they've been really. I think you've been told like drive a lot smarter. Because I know in Xfinity, he was really a menace.
He was an ARCA too. He would knock those slow guys out of the way, but he won't do it in a cup car. And it's just like, dude, sometimes you're gonna have to start laying the front bumper to guys because legitimately, that's 2 races this season. He's kind of let out of his grasp due to not moving somebody at the right time to get him out of the way and just ride behind them.
Oh yeah, man. I really feel like he just needs to. He just has to turn up the wick a little bit, you know.
Oh, we seen Chastain do it. Shit, Chastain moved Blaney out the way like 5 times. I was gonna talk about Chastain too. I think the best comparison to the Ty Gibbs scenario is Chastain. Is because last year after the whole Hendrick having a sit down with Chevrolet, Ross Chastain was not the same Ross Chastain. I think we all can agree. He drove way tamer. He was nowhere near aggressive as he normally is. And now I can kind of see it started coming back at the start of the season. He's a little bit more aggressive. He's starting to knock guys out of the way again. But Ty Gibbs, I just don't know. This is 2 races this season. He's legitimately choked because he won't move somebody. And it's costing him. I mean, Hamlin passed him like he was sitting still after he burned his tires up riding behind guys and trying to pass them on the top instead of just using the front bumper. And I like Ty Gibbs. Don't get me wrong. I've always been one of the guys who's always said, Ty Gibbs ain't bad. He's not a bad little feller. But he's gonna have to. I don't know. I don't know if Truex or Hamlin or somebody's gonna talk to him and be like, man, sometimes you're gonna have to move somebody. You can't always be Mr. Nice Guy because it's not gonna help you out in the long run.
Right.
Because eventually somebody's going to take advantage of him being a nice guy and just move him out of the way. Especially in the Cup Series.
I think that might be what it takes. Kind of like Blaney. Blaney was always Mr. Nice Guy, and now he's kind of dropped it a little bit.
Yeah, now he has. Speaking of Blaney, my man walked off from an interviewer on Sunday when they said, so what about you and Chastain? And he said, I don't want to talk about that, moron, and walked away.
Well, I mean, to be fair, that's probably, the 500th question he's got on Chastain?
Since
Yeah,
Phoenix.
he got one, last week?
Yeah, because Chastain raced him a little aggressive.
Ever since Phoenix, it's been, what about Ross Chastain every single weekend?
Well, not Daytona. Daytona, at least it was Brad he got the questions about. And then about Brad's bad push.
But yeah, I don't blame Blaney for being tired and not wanting to get involved.
I know we haven't talked about it. We talked about tires a little bit, but what's your guys' opinion on the tires?
Well, that whole tire situation, I wasn't really understanding it at first. Do
you think we need to bring them back and run them on the rest of the short tracks, or do you think that's a one and done and Goodyear needs to work on something else?
I don't know. I mean, I really enjoyed the fact that if it was a game of conserving tires and seeing what you can do, what you can't do, that was really interesting. I like the fact that, some drivers, they were a little faster when they went out, when they came back out. But you have to, realize not to burn your shit, because if you burned your shit, then you definitely were out of it.
Well, were they the same tires as last year, or were they different?
So, from what Denny Hamlin said on Actions Instrumental, they were the same code from the fall race, but Goodyear had went in there and changed a couple of compounds to make it supposed to be able to lay rubber for the spring race.
Mm-hmm.
But it never laid rubber.
I didn't mind it, but just because the track's cold, you're going to slide the tires and you're going to grain them instead of laying rubber down, and that's probably what's causing the blowouts and the super wear on the sides of them.
So Denny said concrete tracks. I think I said this earlier in the podcast. Denny said concrete tracks, so Bristol, Dover, Martinsville in the corners. The track temperature has to be above 75 degrees before the tires will lay rubber. If it's below that, they're just going to cord out. So he said if this race it was 85 degrees, that it would have laid rubber instead of, doing what it did. I liked it. I think Goodyear did a phenomenal job, even though their director of competition has stated this as a failure, not a success. Made that race way more entertaining with cars cording tires and everything.
I think.
Go ahead.
I think ideally we keep the tires because short track package is kind of still in shambles anyways. So much so that we didn't run a short track package for Bristol. So I think we might as well keep it the way it is with these tires. Don't change anything and see if that changes or improves between the spring races and the fall races.
I think when is Martinsville? End of April? Or is it second week of April? It might be second week of April. If it's not 75 degrees, we're going to see the same thing happen in Martinsville.
Martinsville is the beginning of April.
Yeah, so if it's not 75 degrees at Virginia, we're going to see the tires cord. Because apparently that the same tire is supposed to be ran at Martinsville. Because it's the short track tire. But it won't be ran at Dover. They're running the intermediate tires at Dover. So
What about Richmond?
Richmond, it's the same tire as well. I don't know why. I guess because Dover's more banked, I guess. And it's a mile, they run the intermediate tires and not the short track tires. But I mean,
Dover isn't really that much of a short track, is it?
people consider it a short track, but it's like, I don't know. I've always considered Dover more of a short track than a intermediate.
I don't know. Short track for me has always been under a mile.
And I'm not gonna lie, the tires. I mean, the tires did show who was pretty much short track aces. I mean, Barry was up front a lot. Hamlin, Truex, Ty Gibbs was up front until he wore his stuff out. Bell was up front. The only guys we really saw struggle was guys who have once again didn't run short tracks for a long time, and they would drive the hell out of them. Larson, Kyle Busch. Even though Larson came back to finish, I think, fifth. Larson was the only guy who really complained and said, I never want to run these tires ever again.
Larson's also the kind of driver where he wants to go all out the whole race.
He wants to just, he don't care. I see that in him and Bell. Bell's the same
It's a
way.
dirt track thing.
Bell's the same way, but Bell has kind of like turned it down since he's gotten to NASCAR. Like he knows how to save tires and ride around and baby his stuff. But I think that's also he's under a great learning tree with short track ace Denny Hamlin leading the team and Truex who raced in the Busch Series and when they ran 20 short tracks a season.
I think Reddick's kind of the same way as Larson.
Yeah, Reddick really struggled at Bristol. Sense. Reddick was nowhere to be seen on Bristol.
It makes sense because they both come from outlaw kart background. And in outlaw karts, you have to drive the shit out of it.
It's also weird. Who else was up front a lot that's normally not up front? I know Michael McDowell was up there a little bit, but like he wasn't there a lot. Chase Briscoe was up front for a decent amount.
All the Stewart-Haas cars.
Yeah, he's a dirt guy too, but he ran more. I think dirt. Larson and Bell are they mostly ran dirt, but I'm also more Briscoe ran a lot longer in like Xfinity and truck and ARCA than any of them two did. They were just kind of thrown straight to the limelight.
He's got experience. He's got some stuff put together.
Yeah, Denny Hamlin goes back to back at Bristol, winning the fall race and winning the. Barry did a nice job coming 12th. Yeah, Barry's strategy really. I'm not gonna lie, his strategy it helped him because I think he wouldn't have finished 12th with the strategy they were currently on. And when he came in and put the tires on before anybody else did, I mean, we saw it. There's videos all over Twitter and Instagram of just how fast he was on a set of stickers compared to everybody else. It looked like he was playing Mario Kart. I said it in the stream. I said it looks like he's Ross Chastain in Martinsville. It looks like he is fucking hell melon every corner because he was that much faster than everybody. At one point, Mike Joy even said like Josh Berry on these fresher tires is 2.5 seconds faster than Denny Hamlin. So I mean, he was eating into their times. If lap traffic wasn't a factor and Hocevar sitting in the middle of the track for 2 laps at 35 miles an hour, maybe he could have had a shot to maybe pull a big gap. But still, I think Denny Hamlin and Truex would have ran him down. Especially at the end of the run. You saw at the end of the run, he fucking fell like a rock. And then Truex was talking about in his post-race interview that he corded the right rear. So that's why he really couldn't run down Hamlin. He's like, every time he'd get to him, he could feel it start cording more, so he'd have to back off.
I wonder what it would have been like had Barry not pitted, because he was the first guy in for new tires, and he kind of started the movement of everybody jumping in new tires once everybody saw how fast he was.
He would have probably still finished like 17th, 18th, where he was kind of running before.
Well, I'm talking about everybody else, because everybody else pit
everybody else,
tires after they saw how quick he was.
I don't know. Maybe he would have ran a little bit better. The only guy who made the big adjustment was Bowman, because Bowman was one of the last cars to pit, and he finished 4th, and looked like if there was 30 more laps of that race, he might have been able to catch Hamlin and Truex, because he was hauling. He pitted like 15 laps after they did. But overall, I enjoyed the hell out of Bristol. They haven't said what tire they're running in Wilkesboro yet, so I kind of hope it's this set. I just got a funny feeling Goodyear's going to go in there and just change the hell out of these tires. I feel like Goodyear's really afraid of having major blowouts. I think that's another reason probably why they wouldn't run them at Dover, is because Dover's so much more faster than Bristol. And you blow a tire out in the middle of a corner and shoot straight to the wall. It's not going to be a fun lick. At least Bristol, you can kind of bounce off of it and you're like, oh, I'm still okay. Heard 100 Days to Indy will be available on Netflix starting April 4th. Hell yeah. Some of your big topics. Announced today, though, is everyone's favorite driver, Matt DiBenedetto, has got an Xfinity ride part-time in. They said it was the 38 car, but that's a seed car, so I don't know what number the car is going to be. He's driving for some team in Xfinity. It said 38, but that's a seed car, so I don't know if Seed's letting this team use that number so he's in races. But Matty D got a big contract. I think it's part-time. He's going to run a couple races. Chase Elliott's running the National Guard 2014 Daytona 500 throwback car. I like the paint scheme. It is probably the best Chase Elliott paint scheme he has ran this season. He will run this season. And it's also weird Universe was the one that did it too, because their color scheme was like green and black, and now it's like red, white, and blue on that car. But the car does look good. What y'all take? What do you think about the Chase Elliott throwback scheme?
Let me get another look at it.
I love the driver, not so much. Yeah. I was really wanting it to be a Byron scheme. I really thought it'd be Exalta, because Exalta's red. And I was like, Exalta probably the one to do it. But it's weird. It's a Universe car. It's really good though. I like it. Dale Jr. was really
It's
happy.
okay.
Dale Jr. was really happy about it too. He was like, "Yeah, I got a car."
I'm kind
I
of
mean,
neutral about it. I don't feel too strongly one way or the other.
yeah. I don't think if anything else big happened this week. Oh, we can talk about Stuart Friesen and fucking what's his name getting into it at Bristol.
Nick Sanchez.
Yeah. It reminded me of the Talladega incident with Sanchez and Grafton. Except
I
Sanchez
like
didn't.
Sanchez.
Except Sanchez didn't walk away with a bloody face in this one. I
like
just
Sanchez. He's kind of like a smug little asshole. I like it.
he I don't know what Stuart Friesen's mad about because I went back and watched where he was talking like, oh yeah, you know, like he's like, you could have cut me some slack. It was 20 to go in the race, and it might have been more. But I think it was 20s when I looked at it.
I like that smirk he was giving him before
Yeah.
Friesen tried to get him.
My TikTok stream was telling me there's inactivity, so it was going to end. But there was a moment where like Stuart Friesen was on the bottom and you know Sanchez on top, and Stuart Friesen just legitimately came all the way up the racetrack. And I was looking at him like, dude, that's all on you, Stuart. Like, damn, like you can't just cut across a whole man's nose. And then he was like, you could have lifted. You could have lifted. There's so much race left. And like Sanchez is like, nothing I gotta do. You did it yourself. And then fucking just Stewart grabbed him by the fucking thing and was like, I'll fucking kill you. Just like Crafton did. I was like, oh shit. Wait a minute. Shades of Talladega.
I like it, but I've always liked the the villains.
I'm not gonna lie though. I've really not seen Stuart Friesen ever get that mad before, so that one's kind of a wild one too to get him mad. Maybe on dirt stuff, but I don't watch a lot of his dirt stuff. I watch mostly just his truck stuff.
Yeah, I'm watching it now. I mean,
yeah, I mean Sanchez didn't do anything wrong.
Sanchez put his nose in there just about, but I mean, like he said, 20 laps to go.
I'm not taking my nose out of that spot and 20 to go.
Hope you get a good spotter.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not taking my nose out of there at 20 to go. Now I get it. If it was like 100 to go, yeah, you know, you lift a little, let him have it.
Yeah.
20 to go, I don't. There's no way. Especially
that close.
No.
Let's do it. Why not?
I mean, it didn't even hurt Sanchez's truck that much. It really hurt Stewart from coming all the way across the top to the bottom. Nick must have pissed him off that badly. I don't even. Like I said, it's not even Sanchez. Sanchez didn't do anything wrong in my book. It was more of a Stuart Friesen. But Stuart Friesen is Stuart Friesen. Yeah. He's also one of the guys who kind of just put in the truck series. He had one good year, and it was because he bought good equipment. And the rest of the time, he's just been kind of just there. I think it was the year he bought KBM equipment and won 2 races. And now he's back in Chevy equipment. Is he back in Chevy or is he back in Toyota?
I don't know.
I think he's back in Chevrolet, but I could be wrong. Yep, let me Google it, Mr. Podcast Guy. Sorry. He's in a Toyota. Yeah, he was had a couple years with KBM stuff when it was Toyota, and he ran really good. But then ever since then, it's been fell off. Speaking of dirt, I know we didn't talk about it last week. All right, bad card. This is big in the dirt world. Bobby Pierce got DNQ'd. I forgot what race it was. I think it was Port Royal, Florida, maybe. Don't hold that against me.
Port Royal. There's a Port Royal in Pennsylvania.
Somewhere. It might be Pennsylvania. Or it might be Florida. It's one of the two. Somewhere in Florida or somewhere in Pennsylvania. Yeah, for having substance on his tires. And
Oh, what?
yeah, my man got DNQ'd and got all his points taken away, and he's not really happy. And there was another big dirt guy who legitimately left his team because he was one of the other guys who got busted and like left his team because of it. It's a whole wild scenario that's happening on the dirt side. But I was all over Twitter and people were like, explain this in NASCAR terms. And they're like, Chase Elliott leaves his team because his team Henry Motorsports was caught cheating.
Hey, I guess someone actually doesn't like cheaters.
Yeah, but like he even left he left the team, he left the chassis, the chassis builder. Like he's like now he's running a whole different chassis and a whole different like team. And I'm like, damn, legitimately, like you thought your whole like everybody was cheating. Your chassis department, your because dirt, it's like rocket chassis one. I know. I'm trying to think of the other one. It's got a big skull on it. I don't want to say outlaw chassis, but it might be outlaw chassis. It's got like a big skull on it. A lot of them run rocket chassis. And yeah, he just up and dip. I was big in the dirt world for about a week. And then we have Kenny Wallace still on his whole female debacle. If you saw that on Twitter.
No, I did not.
He's like, y'all need to stop talking bad about these female drivers. They're trying their best. And someone's like, yeah, they ain't gonna fuck you, little bro. And Kenny Wallace like, I got a hot wife with big titties. And I'm like, okay, I don't need to be reading this.
That statement is subjective.
Back to Cup, I saw something about Kamui Kobayashi. They were asking him if NASCAR would have a market in Japan.
Yes. What'd he say?
And he said that the sound would definitely bring people in.
Yeah, me and Louise were talking about it earlier because there was like he was talking about the Japanese cup races back in the day. The two they ran at Motegi, and I think they ran two at Suzuka. They might only ran one at Suzuka.
They ran one at Motegi and two in Suzuka.
But I'm telling you, those races were fun to watch. The first year kind of wasn't because like we was like, man, Jeff Gordon's not here. Like none of like the big name NASCAR guys were there. The only one who was there was Dale Senior. And I think it was just because Dale Senior was bored and wanted to race. But the rest of them wasn't there. And then as it went on, the next 2 years, most of the big guys came. And this was a topic me and Louise were talking about. Is how equal all the cars were back in the day. Because Winston West guys went and raced that Japanese race. And that's how, like, the Cup cars, the Winston West cars, the old ARCA cars, the Busch cars, they were pretty much the same exact cars. And that was it. And I'm like, man, I kind of want that back. If you watch some of the early like '90s Cup races, like go back and watch like some of the early '90s Cup races, there's legitimately ARCA cars in the back of the field who qualified. and would knock out Cup guys because they would qualify in with their ARCA car. Also, Kumi's in the 50 this week. I don't know if y'all saw that. He's not in the 67. He's in the 50 car. Don't tell me I saw fictional and that's not true.
No, he should be in the 50.
It's a Mobile One
'Cause he's
50th
running that-
anniversary car.
Yeah. I really wish I could go.
So I'm looking at this. I just typed in Kumi Kobayashi on Twitter just to see what people were talking about. And this is from a Japanese television company. Emergency live broadcast. Kumi Kobayashi participates in NASCAR Cup Series Texas Grand Prix Sunday, March 24th, 2830-813. The maximum extension is 853 due to the spring corrosion tournament. And it says live broadcast on Goroya Sports. So that's probably what the same channel as Super Formula is on.
I would have no idea.
I would say so because I'm scrolling down. There's like Super Formula stuff on this page too, so I'm guessing it's like IndyCar, Super Formula. What's funny is like they have the Daytona 500, and then it goes Super Formula 2 times, and then it's St. Pete. They must not cover a lot of NASCAR over there. It's kind of crazy. So the 500,
I'm not really surprised.
the 500 they covered, and then from after the 500, it goes to Coda just because Kumi's racing it. Broadcasting motorsports such as IndyCar, Super Formula, and F1. Huh. Speaking of F1, Kart, I know you probably already talked about it. How was the Max Verstappen domination show?
It's great.
Mm-hmm. That's what I figured.
As a Max fan, it's beautiful. We love to see it. I'm waiting for this since 2016. I was telling everybody he's gonna be a GOAT. Now he is.
Anything off the track exciting happen in F1?
Well, I already talked about
the last 2 weeks. We've had some wild scenarios happening off track.
Well, I already talked about Oliver Behrman filling in for Science. For F1 Academy, Dorian Pan, she did a interview with I believe a magazine or a website, and apparently she's getting full Mercedes Junior backing now, and is set to test a Formula Regional European Championship car.
Nice. I was actually watching Ash Vanderlei, and she was talking about Dorian Penn a lot. And I was like,
Yeah, Dorian's
Kart's lady.
Dorian's pretty much the real deal. In relatively new news, Susie Wolf is going to file a criminal complaint for the statements that the FIA said. Which, if you don't know what they said, they were saying that she's the leader, not owner, she's in charge of F1 Academy, the female series, and because of that, something or other somehow got her potentially leaking documents of new F1 regulations to Toto Wolff, the team boss for Mercedes, her husband. But she didn't, and so now she's going to be filing a criminal complaint towards the FIA, or at least to the statements.
Yes, JFam posted something in chat, in Twitch chat. Sorry if you're on TikTok or YouTube and you didn't see this. Yes, that is legitimately my local track, and a lot of big short track guys have been, talking about it. So like Boo Carlisle and Bubba Pollard. So good to see. If it does come back, I will be going to this a lot because I miss this track. It is. They call it Little Bristol. It is built like Bristol. I can kind of show it on stream. Give me a second. I'll show it. There we go. There you go. This is what it looks like. So this is legitimately. They call it Little Bristol. It was fun to go watch races here. I've seen future NASCAR stars who never made it. We'll say that, but at the time they were future NASCAR stars coming race here. I've seen Danny O'Quinn, who was a Roush. He was a big Roush dude. He was one of the Roush Gautier guys from the what was the show called, Eric? The Roush Show. I don't know what it's called. It was on Discovery Channel. It's where they found like Carl Edwards and stuff.
I think it was Driver X or something like that.
Yeah,
hold on.
No, I think you're right. I think it is Driver X. It was the Discovery show.
Yes, it was Driver X. Wow, that was like a long shot guess, but yes, that was it.
Stephen Light has raced here. He was an RCR Xfinity guy. I think of other big name drivers who came through here and raced. Stenhouse raced here once or twice. So yeah, Austin Dillon's raced here. Ty Dillon. Like a lot of big name guys have raced at this little track, and I'm kind of glad it's coming back. They just got to clean it up. It was legitimately a parking lot for about like 5 years. When's the Fortnite stream? I don't know. I'll lose the season, and I don't really think I will play Fortnite. Props to Kenny for not being one of those O-head who's passed women in racing. True. I know Cart was talking about Dorian Penn, and I think we might have talked about this before, but I want Cart, out of the NASCAR women, who do you think is closest to Dorian Penn? Possibly being the real deal out of the few select that we have run ARCA, Trucks, Xfinity. Or do you not see one of them being that good?
As good as Dorian Penn?
Mm-hmm.
No, not really. But real deal, I think the closest is Haley. She's had good finishes, but isn't consistent.
This might be a topic I think we could talk about since, we have... Yes, it's getting a facelift. It's going to get repaved and everything, is what I've been told, and safer barriers. So, praise God. Out of all the females that are in right now, Deegan, Decker, even though she's part-time, Balkan, Tony, Taylor Reimer, any of the dirt girls that are currently in, do you think any of them have a potential to get the cup, or you think it's just Deegan might be the only one of those that get the cup?
I don't know.
Because I'm not going to lie, Kaylee Bryson she was good last year at the Chili Bowl. It got her name out there a lot. She got a lot of Toyota backing because of that. And then she went to Swindale, which still runs Toyota. So she's still getting Toyota backing. She is running some more late model races this year. There's another one. I can't think of her name. Cart knows her name. She's a midget as well. Jade Evadizian. Yeah. Full Toyota backing for her as well. I think if those two could get to a level of ARCA, I think they would be up there. Tony's got a lot of sponsors. She's got Cane's, Victoria's Secret. She could kind of get up there if she wanted
I
to.
need to see. I need to see a little bit more of Tony this year for her to show up a bit more in ARCA, because she's still kind of running the same spots that she was last year in the same position, but I'd say the field this year is weaker.
Yeah, and I think in the Daytona, the pre-Boiiis stream when we were talking about the duels, I think I said she was a favorite to win the ARCA Menards Championship because Sawalich can't run all the races, so he's definitely. I mean, the races he does run, if he wins them, he probably can win the ARCA Championship, even missing 3. But she was legitimately like a top list of a favorite because she's in a Venarini car for the whole year. It's her and somebody else's. There's only 2 full-time Venarini cars. I was like, well, she's a favorite to win the ARCA Championship. If she can, get up here, squeak a couple wins by. But, Slap says she's a top 10 driver. She did look good at Kansas last year in a truck. She rode around, and that race did at the end kind of become like a crapshoot. People were crashing and stuff, and she walked out of there with at least almost a top 10 run. So I think if she's in the right setup, right equipment, she's a dark horse every weekend to possibly win an ARCA. And she's a dark horse to get a top 10 in trucks. Deegan right now is the closest because she's in Xfinity, but the Xfinity car she's in, even though she's Ford backed, is not a great car. How many DNS she had last year? Well, she didn't run full time last year. Tony didn't run full time last year in ARCA. She did more of a Toyota like development thing. She did the GR86 series full time last season, and ARCA was like one offs. She was part-time ARCA and ran full-time Toyota GR86 series. So this season she's full-time ARCA, part-time trucks. Like I said, the Deegan's the closest to Cup, but like even with the Ford backing, she's in a bad team. It's AM. They're not that great. They're not going to be that strong every week. You're not going to see a Haley Deegan, running top 5 contending for wins. It's going to be, can she get a top 15, top 10? Because even the guy she replaced, what's his name? Brett Moffitt. Brett Moffitt's best finish last year was like 5th, and it was at a plate track.
I think if she can outdo Brett Moffitt this season, then she's in contention for at least a better Xfinity seat.
I think the best route she could go is if she has a decent season this season. My honest opinion would be if she has like a good top 15 point season, throw her straight to the SHR car. Because the SHR guys, I don't know. It's Custer and it's Riley Herbst, and Custer has legitimately nowhere to go if he wants to get back into the Stewart-Haas camp. So I think he's just going to be an Xfinity lifer for Stewart-Haas. But Herbst can go pretty much anywhere. He can go to run the 15 car. He can go run the 51. He can run a lot of Ford Cup stuff if he wants to. But he doesn't have that oomph.
That move would kind of...
You know what I'm saying? He just doesn't have that next level potential kind of guy. Because, he won, one race last season? And he kind of got lucky in the race he won. And sometimes it's better to be lucky and good, Chad. I'm not saying a dude, that won. Anytime you get a win, you're a race winner. But he kind of got lucky last season with his win.
And that move wouldn't be too out of the question because she did, I don't know if she still does, have monster backing.
Mm-hmm.
and we know that Herb's car has Monster backing, so I think that's if she's still in with Monster, which I think she is.
She is, I
That would
think.
kind of be a no-brainer.
Do I think Sheldon Creed will win with an Xfinity with JGR? Yes. His teammate has already won one. Chandler Smith has already showed out. I think
It's pretty much just a matter of time for him.
he's got some good tracks coming up. Sheldon Creed does. And I mean, I'm not going to lie, he could have won Daytona if he hadn't got him out of the gas when they all wrecked. And he probably could have won Vegas.
Atlanta.
Atlanta as well. Because he had a strong car there as well.
Shoot, I mean, he could almost be 3 for 3 if things went a little different.
Mm-hmm. He could have been the Austin Hill.
So it's absolutely just a matter of time for Sheldon Creed.
And don't get me wrong, Sheldon Creed will definitely get up there. He's a guy that I really see a lot of out of this season. I think him leaving RCR the way he did last season, it really opened a lot of teams' eyes to how good of a driver he was and how much he played second fiddle to Austin Hill. Because the one time he didn't want to play second fiddle to Austin Hill, all hell broke loose. And he showed, like, hey, I could get up here and I can damn win this race. And it was Martinsville, and, Austin Hill sent him in the corner, and then, Creed brake checked him, and they both missed the playoffs. I like Sheldon Creed though. I think he's one of the funner guys to watch in the Xfinity series, and he's a big boy. And he said if he didn't win in Xfinity, he would quit NASCAR. Who, Creed? I don't think he needs to quit NASCAR. He was good in a truck. He was really good in a truck series. He'll definitely get a win. He's in the best. He's in some of the best equipment on the Xfinity side. I'm not gonna lie. I think Joe Gibbs might be the best equipment. They just don't have drivers that can get them up there to win races. And one of the winners last year, Joe Gibbs, was Ryan Truex. So you can see when you put talent in the cars, they can win races. Yeah, I think we're done. I think we hit every major topic this week on the old pod. You may want to throw anything extra in before we go ahead and end her?
No.
Oh, wait. We didn't do predictions.
Oh, yeah.
So we're heading to COTA this week. Trucks, Xfinity, and Cup are in COTA. I don't think ARCA races this week, but I'm gonna make a quick little look and see if they do. I don't think so, but you never know. ARCA does go race the 700 Midwest tracks. So we have
This will be interesting.
Cup, Xfinity, and trucks.
It'd be interesting to see Cup because we're finally going to see what manufacturer is kind of the best on a road course.
Yeah. Yes, we did talk about Matty D's Xfinity ride. He is driving the 38 for some team, but like I said, the 38 is Sieg, so I guess Sieg's letting that number go for Matty D a couple races. There's a whopping 39 cars for the Echo Park Automotive entry list. We'll start off with the truck series. Who do y'all think will win in the truck series?
I'm going to be a little delusional this week. I'm going to say Jack Hawksworth.
I was scrolling and I saw his name on there and I was like,
he's the guy who races in IMSA for Vassar Sullivan, and he just came off of winning the 12 Hours of Sebring with a very impressive pass. So I'm going Jax Hawksworth.
Eric, you got a prediction for trucks?
I didn't even get to read the entry list for this weekend.
I'll tell you some big names. Besides the truck guys, Jack Hawksworth is in it. Marco's in it.
Connor
Del-
Zillich is there.
Yeah, Connor
Spire.
Zillich is there in the 7 car. Del Quarterly from Arca is in the 12, even though he's not gonna win. And Ross Chastain.
Ross.
I'd say Connor.
You're saying Connor
I think he's
Zillich.
pull something out of his ass on that one for truck.
Yeah, I didn't know Connor was racing. I'm still picking Jack, but if I had to pick a second, it'd be Connor.
I'm gonna go non-road racing guy. I'm gonna say Chastain. Just from the experience he has.
You think he's gonna do something in the Nice truck?
He always does. He's the only one that can drive them past their performance.
Yeah, Hocevar did.
Oh, he did. Most of our did. But I'm still going with Chastain. Xfinity entry list. So Xfinity has SVG, and they've got Dinger, Larson. Xfinity's kind of stacked. Ty
And Daniel
Dillon.
Kvyat.
Yeah, Daniel Kvyat. Ty Dillon has already withdrawn from the race. Sage Caron. Let's see if anybody else is on this list. Alex LeBay. He's there every road course usually. No one like super crazy. Gary said SVG. Car, who you picking?
I'm picking Daniel Kvyat.
Eric, who you picking for Xfinity?
We got I'd say Cole Custer.
You know, I'm gonna go on a limb here, and I say Sheldon Creed. I'm gonna say this when he gets it. Ty Gibbs and John. Oh wait, never mind. I changed my pick. Ty Gibbs. Ty Gibbs is also in this. I forgot. Yep, Ty Gibbs.
I got to pick that. Oh my god! I didn't even know he was in the race this weekend. What the fuck?
Kyle Larson's also in it. There's a lot of big names in this one. God damn. You know what, Eric? I'll let you have Gibbs, and I'll take Dinger.
All right.
And then we have the Cup Series fellows who won Xfinity last year. I don't know if Xfinity raced at Coda last year, did they?
I don't think they did.
I think this is the first year Xfinity's doing it. I know Cup and Trucks did last year. And then we have the Cup Series. Big names in this one. Kumi Kobayashi, Daniel Suarez, Road Ringers. You also have SVG in the 16. No AJ Allmendinger in the 16, but AJ Allmendinger is in the 13.
What?
Who we picking on the Cup side, fellas?
You ain't even gotta ask me.
You're picking the money team?
I'm alright. I had pretzels. Pretzels
I'm
earlier.
picking Kamui Kobayashi.
You know what's crazy? On Racing Reference, it says the owner of the 50 is the money team. Not 23XI.
It is a 23XI car, though,
Yes, it is.
which they were really strong last year.
Gary said he could see
I don't-
Suarez winning. Gary's picking Daniel. Eric, who you picking on Cup side?
Michael McDowell.
Michael McDowell's not a bad pick. I'm going a guy who's going to shock the world and win back-to-back road course races, Shane Van Gisbergen. I think SVG gets it done. This is Coda. Didn't V8s run Coda a couple times? So I'm pretty
I
sure.
don't know.
I think
Maybe.
SVG's got it. He's definitely going to be up there.
Yeah, Coda last year for Xfinity, Allmendinger won.
Oh, so he did realize.
But Byron was 8/10 off.
Oh yeah, that was the race where fucking Byron was running down and J-Fan was having a stroke.
J-Fan's always having a stroke.
Alright. I think that's it for the pod this week, boys. Like I said, any last statements y'all want to make?
I do not. I just hope this weekend is action packed.
Yeah, I hope so. I hope it's not a
I don't want. I hope Conway doesn't get murdered again.
Oh, we got stages back too this week. I forgot stages are back on road courses. Fuck. Yeah, supercars did come here in 2013. Okay, yeah. That's what I thought.
I kind of liked what's it called? I kind of liked Indy, where we had the no stages, where it was just a caution-free race. I like that.
Yeah, I liked it too, and it also made strategy come in the mix, and now we're not gonna have strategy.
That's why I didn't want the halfway break for the Icy League. Because there's, especially with no points up for grabs, there's no point.
You know, I didn't vote for that, so you can't say I was the one who voted for it. I did not vote.
Well, I don't think we're doing it anyways.
Oh shit! The next ARCA race is Talladega.
Woo wee.
ARCA East race is at Pensacola. Pensacola. Oh, F1 is at Australia this week as well, the 24th. Nice.
Oh,
Yeah.
are we doing any F1 predictions?
No.
What are you talking about? It's Australia.
Yeah, all five of us are picking Max. There's nobody beating that motherfucker all year.
Oh, interesting little stat about Max. Of the past 25 races, he's won 23 of them. Which is, I think that's either matching or more wins in the past 25 races than Kimi Räikkönen has had in his whole career.
I'm telling you, man, the man is cracked.
The funny part is when he was doing the iRacing with his friends, he was doing, I think, LMP3s at Monza, no chicanes. And he looked more excited to do that than he does in the actual car.
Bro, I'm not lying. I have seen him do like sim racing stuff, and he looks more excited to jump in there and race like online guys than he is going in and racing the best in the world. It's wild.
I can't blame him though, because you can have fun, whereas F1 is a little bit serious.
I would like to see him just get out of the car one day and be like, I kicked the shit out of those fuckers. But he cannot say
He
that.
did it. He did it Miami, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
Came from the back, got out and pointed at the one on his car.
He's I'm not gonna lie, like, I used to not like him, because I've always liked Lewis. You know, him and Lewis kind of have history, beef. But the shit, like, he does, like, outside of the car, like on Twitch, and when he like streams and does like his supercar stuff, and he legitimately, what was the game? 24 hours of Le Mans video game, that motorsports game.
R Factor.
Yeah, pretty much R Factor. And he went in there and he shit all over that, and he shit all over the program. He's like, that's why I get on iRacing. I was like, damn, bro. I'm starting to actually kind of like you a little bit. His personality is not that bad. Just, nobody likes to see a winner, and a dominant winner.
I do, as long as it's my guy.
As long as it's your guy, yeah. I can't wait for Lewis Hamilton to go to Ferrari and suck for 3 years, and I just watch my favorite driver just fade off in obscurity.
He'll do okay at Ferrari. I'd say Ferrari's a better shout than Mercedes.
Yeah. It makes me cry every time.
But when he goes, there'll be the new F1 car regulation.
Yeah, and he's going to probably suck and I'll cry again.
They're going to have new engines. Cars are going to be shorter. I saw a concept design of the 2026 cars that a guy did.
Shorter cars?
Fucking cool. Yeah, shorter, thinner. I think they're going back to how short the 2009, 2008 cars were.
I love the look of those old cars.
Let me see if I can't find it.
That's not my toes clacking. I know somebody's going to say, why's your toes clacking? Let him back inside. Get on Forza Horizon.
No, he's doing the F1 stream today.
Whoa.
Like you said last night.
I don't know how to end the stream on one problem. On one thing. Alright,
End them all.
Alright, goodbye, TikTok.
Good night, guys.
Thanks for tuning on TikTok. If you want to watch from TikTok,
Bye, TikTok.
Twitch.tv/The Boiiis Racing Network. You can join in there. Alright, goodbye, TikTok.
Bye.
Hell yeah. 8 total views on TikTok. Pog, dude.
Did you close YouTube yet or no?
No. We're still live on the tube. Cats, can y'all legitimately stop fucking around and try to find a possum and bringing his ass back in here? I don't really want to go get that motherfucker again.
Bert's